Hi, families. This is Mrs. Bauer, and I just wanted to take a minute to talk about a very exciting project we're starting here at Coleman A. Young. It's a Black History project, and we know that Black history is very important because we need all stories told, not just ones of people from certain color, but everybody's. So, Coleman A. Young, as a whole group, every single year we do this Black History Month project. Let me tell you about it. It's actually quite easy and it should be fun. So I hope you're not saying like, oh no, another project. This one is not very difficult. So please don't think it is. What you have to do is one, I'm sending home today a paper that looks like this. It's actually purplish color. I don't think it's showing up well on the screen. And first thing you need to do is pick a figure from Black history. It can be anybody. It could be a singer, songwriter, sports person, a politician, a civil rights person, an inventor or scientist, an author or a poet. It could be someone in your family who's done something notable or noteworthy to talk about. It can literally be anybody as long as they're African American. And we're hoping to pick people who have done positive things. So once they pick that person, whoever they are, the next step would be to Google some information about them. And you and your child will be required to write a 1-paragraph, a 5-sentence report about that person. Now, I don't want you to go to Wikipedia and just copy information. It should be in their own words. We're not endorsing plagiarism. I can usually tell if paragraphs are plagiarized. So if it sounds just like Wikipedia, change up the words, make it different. Also, I know some of my friends struggle with writing still, so a parent or a family member can transcribe what they're saying onto paper. So if they say something, if they tell you what to write and then you write it down, that would be fine too. But it should sound like a kid saying it. So if it's usually like really big words in it, I know that a child doesn't talk like that. So make it authentic. So tell me just some information about this character or this figure that you've chosen. So one, you have to pick a figure to talk about that you're excited about. Oh, and I want to say about the figures you choose, we usually get like 500,000 Martin Luther King Jr.'s and Barack Obama's and Rosa Parks. Please don't pick those. Let's learn about somebody new. That's kind of like the spirit behind this. There's so many people in history that have gone unnoticed. And let's talk about one of those people, even though we do love Barack Obama, we do love Beyonce, we do love Rosa Parks, we love all those people. I'm not saying that they're not valid figures in Black history, but let's learn about somebody new. So one, you're going to pick out a figure. Now, I need you to pick out this figure by next Monday. So you have a few days to think about it. If I don't have this paper back with the top line filled out where it says what figure or who you're going to portray, then I will assign you it. And you may not like that person, or you may not like really feel like that's who you want to do. So please, if you are wanting to make the choice yourself, write it here who you want to be. Maybe it's somebody in your family. Like I said, it could be anybody who's one, African American, and two, has done something positive or noteworthy. And it doesn't mean that they had to be the most famous person either. So it can be somebody that we've never heard about. If you need ideas, also on this page, I am incorporating a list of people you could think about that maybe you're like, oh, I didn't even consider that person. That'd be great. So look at that list too, but you can go off the list. So I will most likely say yes to whoever you choose. But I'm just really begging you not to pick the real obvious people. We always have like a whole bunch of Martin Luther King Jr.'s. Not that he's not important, but let's just learn somebody new. Two, you would Google information about them, write your 5 sentences. That will be due on February 28th. So I need your figure by this Monday so that I know that you're working on it. But then you have like many weeks to write this 1 paragraph. Step 3 is to get props or clothing that inspire this figure. So I'm not asking you to buy anything. So for example, if you were doing one of the Williams sisters, maybe you have a tennis racket and a shorts and a tank top at home. Or if you're doing Aretha Franklin, just wear your prettiest dress. If you're doing Coleman A. Young, just wear a suit. Or there's Henry Box Brown, who, if you don't know his story, he was a slave who mailed himself to freedom literally in a cardboard box. Your child could get a cardboard box and kind of pop out of it, and that would be a good prop. I know in preschool, a lot of times they make their own props. Like if you talk about Garrett Morgan, he invented the street lights, the traffic lights. So they would get a box and make it look like a traffic light. It could be that simple. It doesn't have to be you're going to the store purchasing this and that. No. I mean, if anything, go to the dollar store and get something that might inspire you, but I wouldn't spend a lot of money on it. You could go to a thrift store if you wanted, but you could just borrow clothes or use what you have. I'm trying to think of what else you could do as far as props, but please don't invest a lot of money in this. I know I have if you have a poet or an author, so somebody like Langston Hughes or Maya Angelou, Toni Morrison, you could just have them hold up a book and that can be the prop. So make it easy, but also be creative, because these will be showcased for people to watch. So you want to do your best job. So 1, by Monday, you are getting me the person's name who you want to do. 2, you're going to Google information about them, write a 5-sentence report that's due on February 28th. You're going to find some props that inspire you in that character. And then the last thing you have to do is videotape a 1 or 2 minute speech about that person. So a good speech would be someone talking and pretending, almost like acting like they are that person. So if I were doing Rosa Parks, which I don't want you to do, like a not very interesting way of saying it is saying Rosa Parks was a civil rights leader. But a more interesting way of saying it is saying, I am Rosa Parks. You would not believe this. I went to jail for simply sitting on a bus. See how that's a little more interesting if I talk in the first person as if I were the character or the figure. I don't like to call them characters. They're not fictional. They're real people. So talking like you are that figure, like you are Rosa Parks, you are Toni Morrison, you wrote this book, and this book is really important because is much more interesting. So I am Henry Box Brown. Can you believe it? I mailed myself to freedom. I had to go in a box, and it was hot in the box. I didn't have much to eat. It took many days. It was bumpy. I had to be silent. That's a more compelling video than just stating facts. Now, if your child just states facts, I'm not going to fail them. Don't get stressed about that. But I want it to be more engaging. I want them to make something that they're very proud of. Now, if you don't record a video, I will in class. However, if I don't have a media release on you on file, I can't put it on the showcase with all the other students. So I know I have 1 or 2 students who their parents didn't fill out the back of the form that had your emergency contact information. So if you don't see your child in the showcase, that means I don't have it. So I will but they still have to do the project. They still have to do it for me. They have to, or videotape it at home, and I still have to watch it. So everybody has to do it. It is a grade for social studies as well as ELA. So it is a speaking grade and it is a writing grade. So if they don't do it, they will miss out on a lot of grades. If they do it, trust me, if they don't say their speech perfectly, or if it's not more than a minute, I'm not going to get mad about that stuff. This is their first time speaking and doing something like this. Unless they were at Coleman A. Young, years ago in preschool they might have done it, and in kindergarten they might have done it. So it's something that we do every single year. So look out for this paper when you get home today, when your children get home today. Please write the name of the figure that they're going to portray. Get that to me by Monday. All the rest is due on February 28th, which is the last day of Black History Month. And then we will compile the showcase of all the students' work sometimes in March, and I will let you know when that's done, because I'm in charge of it, so I know when it will get done. And then have fun with it. Make it creative. We have seen some beautiful presentations at the school. Teachers have done presentations. Students have done presentations. It should be fun. I've already talked to the students about it. They seem excited. Remember, your figure also can be somebody in your family that I don't even know about, because maybe they've started a business. Like, that's noteworthy. They don't have to be super famous. They don't have to be dead. It can be anybody who's just made a positive impact on this planet somehow. So get creative with it. Let me know if you have any questions. When you get the video done, if I'm not going to record the video, if you are, my email is right here. My email is a little unusual because it's under my maiden name. I am Carrie Bauer, but my maiden name is Dubiel, and that's what my email's under, because it's just been like that since I worked here, which was before I got married. And if your videos are super long, they might not email to me very well. So like short and sweet is better. Just make it as creative as possible. Have fun with it. You have many weeks to work on it. So, but just give me the name here. We will practice in class too. So don't sit on it either. So I'll get the figure by Monday, and then probably later on that week we'll start looking up some information about their figures, and also like practicing what they could possibly say during that. So work on it at home, but just be prepared to work on it at school too. I will give you the time you need, and you will have all of winter break also to work on it. So they can practice their speeches a million times. And remember, it's only like 1 minute, just 1 minute of something, which is usually like 3 or 4 facts. So, and try to say it as creatively as possible. I've talked a lot. Please message me on Dojo with any questions you have, or email me. Like I said, it's right in there. And have a great day. I love your babies. So it will be another good day today. Bye.